First question from Eric. Steven, go ahead.
Dave, how's Austin doing after that play at the plate?
He's doing okay. I think initially he was scared. Throwing hand, got a handful of spikes in his hand. There were some cuts, but I think he'll be fine. And, the plan was to get him back in there on Saturday. I still think planning on catching on Saturday.
Is there any plan? Did you need to do any testing or X-rays or anything like that?
No, I think it's just the kind of the fat part of the thumb of the hand. So I think he's fine.
Okay. And what was the explanation you got on the home run that wasn't in the third?
Yeah, the explanation I got, Eric, was a ball that ultimately went out of the ballpark, but Justin Cody, the batter runner, passed the Turner. So when that happens, then the batter's automatically out. And so, yeah, Cody was awarded a single RBI, but the batter was out.
Just, I guess, in general on offense, what was it that was the biggest problem for you guys today?
I think just today, honestly, we just didn't play a good baseball game. I think all the way around, we didn't play well. We gave away too many bases. I thought the at-bat quality was good, but just all the other parts of the game just weren't clean.
Thanks.
Next question is from Juan Toribio. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, there in the ninth, what went into the decision to go with Beatty and not leave McKinstry in there?
I just felt right there, the matchup. I like Matt against high velocity. Zach put a good at bat prior, but I think in that sense, I really love the matchup.
And what do you think out of Kershaw today?
I thought that without having his slider today, I don't think his slider was really sharp. He still gave us a chance to win a baseball game. I thought that there were some pitches that he liked that back. There was some balls that found some holes, but I thought he was fun today.
Next question is from Kirsten Watson. Go ahead.
Dave, there was a few wild pitches, a few kind of wonky plays out there, I would say. What do you take away from a game like this, and what adjustments do you need to make moving forward to tomorrow?
Yeah, I think that knowing, with baseball, it's a long season. There's going to be some games like this where it just kind of, the rhythm it just wasn't clean. You're going to have games like this, but still, even at the end of the day, we had a tying run at first. But our club, for the most part, doesn't have too many games like this.
And how is it just being in front of fans? It's opening day. Did you feel the energy around you all?
I thought it was good. I think that it was certainly nice playing around fans, albeit most Rockies fans. But I thought they did a nice job with the open day ceremony.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Dave, you mentioned Kershaw's slider. He got just 5 swings and misses today. Do you attribute it to the slider, to the fact that the Rockies seem to be pretty aggressive? What do you attribute that to?
I think it's more of the latter. I just don't think that his slider had that depth that it typically does. So I thought the curveball was good. I thought the fastball was fine, was good. But it just, his pitch is slider, and it just didn't have that bite, that depth that it typically does.
And then with the 7th inning with the wild pitches, were those mix-ups or the shadows come into play? What happened?
No, I just think that Timmy just made some throws, some misfires in there.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, on the Bellinger play, who's at fault there? Is that just one of those, areas where nobody knows what to do?
Yeah, you know what? I think that I don't think there was blame to be placed, Bill. I think that Cody was coming out of the box hard, which he should have, and he's kind of looking at where the ball's at, going hard. Justin was just past second base, I think, and then when he saw the ball in Tapia's glove, he retreated and put his head down to try to get back to potentially be doubled up. And then at that point in time, they just got crossed right there between first and second.
Should the umpire have been more aggressive in signaling it?
I don't think that, from what I understand, he didn't give the out call, so I don't think that he was still trying to see it. And once he did see the ball go over, he gave the home run call. So I think at that point in time, though, Justin had already retreated. So again, it's just one of those funky plays that I don't think it's going to happen again this year.
With Clayton, his pitch count was very low. Was this just another example of a team's game plan against him being to swing early in the count and try and make contact quick?
I think so. I think that, the pitch count, obviously, the workload wasn't high at all. Those guys, they're aggressive as it is. And, with the aggressiveness, obviously, there's going to be a lower pitch count. And, there were some balls that found some holes. They hit some balls hard. But I think that's sort of the byproduct of their aggressiveness, yeah.
Thanks, Dave.